The Soviet Union collapse in the end of 20th century was accompanied by the appearance of a number of ethnic conflicts. The Armenia-Azerbaijan-Nagorno-Karabakh conflict played a crucial role in the collapse of this empire. Numerous villages, settlements, cities were ruined in result of Armenians' territorial claims on Azerbaijani lands and inflicted violence. Thousands were killed brutally, 1 million people were expelled from their homeland, and an entire civilization, which was formed thousands years, was destroyed. Khatyn tragedy committed by Nazis in Belarus was repeated on this land. Today, you can see the remnants of these villages that were destroyed and burned only on the modern map. The villages remind the bitter fate of the villages that were wiped out during the World Wars and later commemorated with the plaque "Died for France." Aşağı Abdurrahmanlı village in Fizuli region is one of the villages faced such a bitter fate. After 6 months of occupation by Armenian military forces, in January 1994, nearly half of the village was liberated. During the occupation period, no any sign of life left in the village. Every house and every yard in the village was plundered and then burned down. Each of more than 1,000 graves in the village cemetery became unrecognizable after shooting.
Our village is about 300 years. People have been living with special love to the land. Days and nights, these people used to be engaged in vine growing, poultry farming, and various agricultural fields. If you look at the houses, each of them looks like a palace.
Aşağı Abdurrahmanlı is a place of humanity trial with ruined houses, trails covered by bushes and tombs, shot by enemies and land stayed long lifeless. This village is a war museum for the world with the ruined houses, material and moral examples, visually reflecting the commitments of occupation.
Urban life is different from village life, and I've seen your village ruined. While it seems that it was not like this before, tell me about the past time. No, it was a very wealthy village. There were good houses and there were no poor people. Everybody was living in good conditions. There were springs and water. Recently, after the war, the wells have been destroyed and the water has been cut off.
The village is well known for its previous life, lifestyle and love of life. The history of the village dates back to the early Middle Ages. The ancient traditions of the village, the people's love to the land, drove the villagers scattered throughout the country to this native land and pushed the inhabitants to drink its water, breathe its air and to visit the village.
Bilir misiniz? Bütün Karabağ'da, küllü Karabağ'da bu
Do you know that the same cases happened all around in Karabakh? I mean, there are no intact houses in any of the 7 occupied regions of Karabakh. The remaining homes are also being used for their troops and soldiers. Almost all houses are looted. Almost all of them were burned wildly. This is actually an example. Sometimes we are grateful that we have the opportunity to visit this place. I visit this village at least 2-3 times in a month. I come with my guests, with my friends, with my relatives, or I come alone. I'm coming here to forget everything.
her şeyi unudub gəlirəm buraya.
Although it's dangerous because it's located only 400 and 500 meters away from the contact line, some families continue to bury their familiars in these lands on the village cemetery. People can bury their familiars in these native lands very hardly and only with the help of the military servicemen. Hundreds of old and new gravestones are under the fire today, targeted by the invaders. Numerous headstones and tombs, historical and cultural monuments have been shot down and became unrecognizable. In this village, as well as in the other occupied villages of Karabakh, the invaders destroyed the things that humans were creating for thousands of years. This village represents a destroyed ruin and short cemetery. Hundreds of foreign and local journalists, civil society representatives who visit the village every year are being shocked by what they have seen in the village, the committed acts of vandalism.
Ama bu dağılmış, bu viran olmuş.
Look at these shattered houses, this land, these dry trees. All of this has to be shown for the people around the world.
Aşağı Abdurrahmanlı is one of the 900 occupied settlements of Karabakh with shot gravestones, ruined houses and courtyards. In the result of the occupation, 4,366 social and cultural facilities, 7,000 public buildings, 2,389 industrial and agricultural facilities, 1,025 schools, 855 kindergartens, 4 sanitarium resort complex, 798 medical institutions, 927 libraries, 1,510 cultural institutions were destroyed. More than 4,000 museum exhibits totally destroyed due to the aggression. What is happening today in Karabakh and in Aşağı Abdurrahmanlı is the fault of the whole world and the whole humanity.
You know, it can take thousands of years to build a village. It has evolved over thousands of years. There, we even saw Arabic letters in front of the wells. These inscriptions belong to the history of the village. It is not a cemetery which was built yesterday, because Aşağı Abdurrahmanlı is a place where people had been living since the ancient time. It had very bad impression for me. I was very shocked. It's not a human thing to destroy one person's memory or history of one person.
Hatırasını, insanın tarihini yok etmeye hareket etmek bu insanın işi değil.
The humanity must finally put an end to this tragedy in the region, to end the bitter human drama in Karabakh and its surroundings.